My name is Sean Clerkin. I'm an anti-poverty campaigner, and I'm here today to tell you that the Scottish Labour Party under Jim Murphy is a party that, if elected next year throughout the whole of Britain and in Scotland, will implement massive Tory spending cuts of billions of pounds over the next 3 years. That will mean massive cuts to public services. It will mean massive cuts to welfare benefits. It means that the poor and the working class will be driven into the gutter of poverty. It means that Scotland will be left desolated. And what I'm saying to you is they are the Red Tories. Jim Murphy in particular has used up over £1 million of taxpayers' expenses. His bathroom suite, £3,500, taxpayers paid for it. Accountants doing his tax returns giving £2,500 of taxpayers' money. Using up £33,000 in flying business class, first class in airfares, and flying in aircraft in first class. This is the man that's leading the Labour Party. This is the man that turns around and says he wants to bridge the gulf between those that are in prosperity and those that are living in poverty. That will never ever happen. He is a liar, a congenital liar. He is only in politics for himself and to feather his own nest and to feather the nest of the rich and the powerful. Because, as I said, the Red Tories who are the Labour Party are going to be implementing billions of pounds of cuts if they're re-elected in 2015. Jim Murphy is the man, along with 201 other Labour MPs, that voted for the welfare cap on the 14th of March this year. 14th of March this year, they voted for the welfare cap alongside the Tories, and that was to cut the benefits of the poor, to cut your job seekers allowance, to cut all the allowances and all the benefits of the poor. The bottom line is, this is a man that is out only to basically put himself in a good position, and it essentially is not for redistribution, is not for redistribution of income and wealth. The only way that we can get redistribution of income and wealth is to have an independent Scotland. So I'm saying that next year in the election in 2015, that the people should vote strategically for the Scottish National Party, the Greens, or the Scottish Socialist Party, for the parties that support independence. But I'm going further than that today to say to you that I support a unilateral declaration of independence for Scotland. And what I mean by that is that in 2016, all Scots have the opportunity to vote for those political parties that support independence. If we get a majority of the votes cast and a majority of the members of the Scottish Parliament that are elected by the people with a majority of votes cast, we can unilaterally declare independence for Scotland through the Scottish Parliament in 2016, and in that way we can redistribute income and wealth in our society so that the poor and the working class and the sick and the disabled get true social justice, so that the elderly and the young will get the social justice that we have always dreamed that they would have, that the young can find work, and that the elderly can be looked after, and the sick and disabled can get the benefits and live their lives out in peace and security, instead of what's happening now, where the poor and the young and the old are basically living lives in the gutter of poverty, under the threat of poverty every day of their lives. And that is not on. What we need is, in 2 years' time, to go for independence for Scotland, not another referendum. I don't believe in another referendum because it's too long. It gives the forces of reaction in the Union to do their blackmail, to do their threats, and essentially to blackmail the people and scare the people into voting no. What we need is an election campaign in 2016 for the Scottish Parliament, where we go for a unilateral declaration of independence for Scotland, and there are tens of thousands who will become hundreds of thousands, will become millions that will believe in that, and will go down that route. There's no reason why we cannot. But first of all, let's get rid of Jim Murphy and the Labour Party, who are nothing but the Red Tories, who are nothing but the friends of the powerful and the rich. Let's not forget, this is the same man that wants no taxes for the rich and the powerful and the corporate elite. A man that gave himself £1 million over 10 years of taxpayers' money, and that was not his wages, it was just expenses. Let's get rid of Murphy and let's get rid of the Labour Party, because at the end of the day, Murphy and his crew will financially rape the poor and the working class. Let's get rid of them now.